Hello everyone, hope you all are fine and taking care of your health. I guess already you all have noticed that today I am not standing in front of the board. Actually today I am not going to discuss anything new. We are not going to continue chapter 3 today. Instead of that, this week we will be doing revision of chapter 1 and chapter 2. Some basic points and some question answers we will be revising in this week. There will be recapitulation because next week I am going to take a test based on these two chapters. Introduction of chapter 3 we have already done, so let us have a pause and let's recapitulate these two chapters once again. One more thing just to share with you all, that I have heard that some of you could not open the videos through the link that I provided in previous few classes. I don't know what happened, that why you all could not access the drive, because some students they are watching, I know, but some of you had this problem. So I had to open this YouTube channel, and through this I am going to give the videos from now onward. Some videos which are there with me, I'll be uploading those old videos also, so that those who could not see my previous videos, you all can access through this. Gradually I'll be uploading those, and very old videos which are already there in the drive, like chapter 1 introductory videos, try to access those. If I have backup, I'll try to download those. If I can do, I'll be uploading those also gradually. So let us start today's revision part. We know this chapter is basically based on reactions, knowing of reaction, they are balancing, writing formulas, which we already have done. Now on the screen that you all can see, there's a setup for the reaction zinc granule and dilute sulfuric acid. Now in laboratory we do not use this setup always randomly for doing the reaction, but basically this is the ideal setup where thermometer, thistle funnel, these are added. Now the reaction of zinc and sulfuric acid is shown, and it is showing the changing color, evolution of the gas bubble. So there is a change of the composition of the reactant. That means this is a chemical change, or it's a chemical reaction. So when these kind of reactions are occurring around us on a plane of paper, we represent them in form of chemical reactions. So a reactions which is composed of reactants and products. So here in this case we can see zinc granules, which was a solid reactant. We added sulfuric acid, then we get hydrogen gas and zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate basically white in color, but here as the reaction is occurring in the aqueous medium, so zinc sulfate will form in term of aqueous solution. So we cannot see individually solid zinc sulfate until and unless we evaporate them. Now we will represent this entire process, or represent this entire reaction in form of chemical equation. So chemical equation contains a reactant side and the product side, and always it has to be balanced. We have already learned of writing formulas. We know that every element and radical has their respective valencies. Using those we form the molecules, write the formulas, and then we place those, and then we write the reaction. So here if you can see that zinc and dilute sulfuric acid, they are reacting. So we have seen here that we can see here that Zn brackets S is written, that means it is solid. We all have seen in class 8 that these are the advantage of a reaction, where we can denote in a reaction S for solid, Dil for dilute, and then ZnSO4 which forms aqueous, and hydrogen gas which can be represented by arrows. So zinc and dilute sulfuric acid, both of them are reactant here, and zinc sulfate aqueous and hydrogen gas, they are products here. So when we write an equation, left hand side we mention the reactants and right hand side we mention the product, and this is true for all the reactions. Writing properly the formulas, properly giving arrows, mentioning the conditions like aqueous, dilute or concentrated, precipitation or not, gas or not, these all gives us a proper way of writing a chemical equation. One more example can be burning of carbon in oxygen. These also can be represented by a chemical equation. Now previous both the equations that we have seen, like zinc and sulfuric acid and also carbon plus oxygen, both were balanced equation. That means they were following the law of conservation of mass. But here in this case, combustion of ethyl alcohol, here LHS is not equal to the weight of RHS. That means it is not following the law of conservation of mass. In that case, we need to balance the equation. And by the time, you all know now that a reaction has to be balanced always, whether it is mentioned in your question paper or not, that doesn't matter. Whenever you are presenting an equation, you need to balance it. So here, how to balance, you all know, but just for a recapitulation, first we need to count the number of atoms on both the sides, left hand side and the right hand side. How many carbon atoms are there at the left hand side, and then how many carbon atoms are there at the right hand side. Now both left hand and right hand side will compare. Accordingly, multiplying them with a whole number, we will be getting a balanced equation here. So first, to make equal number of carbon, we are multiplying carbon dioxide with 2. Now you check left hand side 2 carbon atoms, right hand side also 2 carbon atom, it's balanced. And next we will be balancing oxygen and then hydrogen. Next we will be counting oxygen atom and hydrogen atom at both the end, and then finally the balancing will be done. So after the balancing, check whether both the sides, left hand side and the right hand side, number of atoms are equal or not, and then you can sure that your equation is balanced. Now other than this balancing and writing the formulas, as we have done it we are doing it from class 7, and even in 6 also we have we have learned making formulas. We are having examples of reactions where 2 reactants 4 products, 2 reactants 3 products, 1 reactant 2 products, etc. Similarly, next day we'll have a revision on some basic things on chapter 2. It's a bit different class, I know, not like a regular class. Next week again we'll be having certain regular discussions. Today up to this, next day we'll be doing revision on chapter 2. Till then, take care and bye.